Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do a nice dinner recipe tonight. So we're going to do some lamb rump steaks served with some crushed herby new potatoes, and then what we're going to do is make a nice red wine jus in the same pan as we cook our lamb rump steaks. So we'll cook our lamb rump steaks in the pan. When we take them out to rest, we'll deglaze our pan with a bit of red wine, let that reduce, add a bit of butter, that will help thicken it up. And then we're going to add some onions in there, some nice roasted onions will go in there too. This is going to be a nice homemade dish. It's kind of fine dining kind of food, but it's going to be my twist, my home style of cooking. That's what I do. So the ingredients for this are, I've got some nice awesome lamb rump steaks. It's basically a lamb rump cut in half into two steaks. I've got some new potatoes on behind me just coming up to the boil. I've got some red wine, you need some butter. I've got about 2 spring onions just roughly cut. That's what's going to go into our new potato mix. Bit of butter, bit of salt, pepper into that, and then I've got 1 brown onion just peeled it, left the root on, but I've trimmed it so it doesn't fall apart, so I've quartered them. You'll see that in a sec. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our pan nice and hot, and we're going to start cooking our lamb. So I got my new potatoes on to boil, and I've got a nice hot pan with a bit of extra virgin olive oil. So what we're going to do is, well, lamb, we're going to season them with a bit of salt and pepper. It's always handy to have a bit of salt and pepper mixed in the top. And then what we're going to do is put our lamb in, then I've got my onions, I'm going to drop them in. Then we're going to let our lamb cook 3 to 4 minutes per side. I'm going to start to render all this fat on the lamb out. So I'm going to start cooking my lamb steak now, about 4 to 5 minutes per side. Right, so I've cooked my steak. So next what we're going to do is I've got a nice big nub of butter. So we're going to add our butter into our pan. And I've got some garlic cloves here. And a bit of fresh thyme. And now what we're going to do is cook our lamb steak in with that butter, garlic and thyme. This is just all for flavour and infuse our lamb. So we're going to cook this now for a further 4 minutes, and then we're going to keep basting our steaks. We're going to tilt our pan, get our spoon of all that butter and baste our steaks to keep it all moist and get all that flavour into our lamb. So we're going to start to baste our steak. So how you do that is we just tilt the pan, get all that butter and start spooning it over our lamb. We're going to give our lamb a flip. Make sure everything is basted. I'm going to cook that for another 3 to 4 minutes, then we'll take that out onto a plate, baste it again, then we'll finish our sauce off in our pan. So our steaks are done. I've taken my onions out. So what we're going to do is just take our steaks out. We want them to rest now. Get that garlic out as well, and then what we're going to do is we're going to get a couple of spoons of that butter onto there, and then what we're going to do next is turn our heat down, and then we're going to deglaze our pan with a bit of red wine. Now what we want to do is just reduce this by half. We want to reduce it by half till it's nice and thick, and then when it's nice and thick we'll add a bit of butter in there that will give a bit of silkiness. So while our steaks are resting, we're going to finish up our sauce and our potatoes will be ready to crush. So wine has reduced, so what we're going to do is get some butter and my whisk. And we're just going to whisk some butter into our sauce. Let that come up to temp. And this is basically a simple pan gravy or pan jus. Then we'll turn the heat off, set this to one side, and we shall finish off our new potatoes and bring all the components together. So, to make our crushed potatoes, I've got our potatoes, I've lightly crushed them with the skin on. There's some butter in there. So we're going to let the butter dissolve. And then what we're going to do is just a pinch of salt and pepper, not a lot. And then I've got my green onions. Put that in there, give that a mix. And that there is our simple crushed new potatoes for our lamb. Nice and simple, bit of green onion, salt and pepper and butter. So that is now ready for us to put our dish together. So guys, all I did to plate, nice spoonful of our crushed new potatoes. I've got our steak and our onions. Then all we do is when you serve it at a table, just pour the sauce on last second because you want all that freshness. So there you go guys, that is my pan-seared lamb rump steaks with some crushed new potatoes, roast onions and a red wine pan juice, or pan jus. So guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this video of this pan-seared lamb rump steak. I have done a similar video with a nice warm pea salad. I'll leave a link in the description for that. Also I'll leave my links for my Instagram, my Twitter, my Twitch page where I do live streaming cooking as well, which will be next week. So hopefully guys, I will see you in the next one. The next one I did say we will do something sweet because now I've done 2 savoury dishes because last time I did my chicken mushroom and leek pie. So next time we'll do a nice dessert or something sweet. So like I said, all links in the description guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Be safe guys.